Your thinking is your compass.
Yes.
Okay? I can't think for you.
That's right.
I give you the tools to think correct.
Yes.
Amen. I give you the seed. You got to sow it.
Amen.
I like it because this word also is closely associated to another word in 77 and 78, and it's talking. It links it up to gatekeeper. Amen. If you know anything about the Old Testament, especially when you get in 2 Kings and 2 Kings, 2 Chronicles, they always talk about gatekeepers, gatekeepers, gatekeepers. And you hear it say all the time that certain pastors and certain ministries are gatekeepers in the city, which I believe. I believe so. I believe certain churches, God has given them a certain grace and a different prism on revelation that other churches may not be privy to. On a large scale, you may have some that's in it because you're going to always have a remnant, right? But I'm just saying on a large scale, you know, God will put something, download something that's totally different, and it makes that church what they call autonomous, that has a distinct quality that's different than another church. We have to carry it well, though, so we don't get all lifted up thinking we got an edge on somebody. And I know that's normally why God keeps churches that are heavy in revelation smaller. First of all, most folks don't want to pay the price. The hearer don't want to be the doer. Yeah. And it's real easy to hide among the multitude, among the trees, when you ain't held accountable for your actions. Anyway, so that word means it's connected to that Hebrew word means connected to gatekeepers. Now I said something, and I gave you semi-analogy with my hands. So I said that if it's a gate, if the thinking is connected to the gate, so our thinking gate has to change. And even in the natural, if you know a gate, if anybody ever walked through a gate, the gate normally goes out or in. Right? Am I right, y'all? Anybody walk through the gate? You walk through the gate, you go through the gate, goes out, you shut the gate, it goes in. Or if you come into the gate, you push the gate out, or you can pull it out. So it goes this way or that way. Right? Likewise, we got to understand we are a tripartite being. Three-part being. Right? It's a semantic term. So we're a tripartite, or we're a three-story building. Spirit. There shouldn't be 3 stories in that building, by the way. Spirit, soul, body, 1 story. Spirit, soul, and body. So in the soul, that's where the gate is, because that's where the estimation, that is where we make the judgment call, that's where we're able to decide. Amen. Our decision making is not in our spirit. Because we would be 100%. Come on now. Come on now. Only one had the spirit without measure. So we don't have that luxury to be able to decide on a continuous basis 100%. The only way we're going to do it, like I did with bringing it all together, we have, and the anatomy of the spiritual man, somehow we got to get her to think like him. And so that gate that's between him and it, which is the body, depends on which way she swings. She gives access either to the flesh, or she get access to the spirit. So that's that gate. That's why it's important. We got to keep the gates. Remember, I did a teaching in Genesis 22:17. It talks about how that he said that talking about the seed of Isaac, which is the prototype for the seed. Isaac is not just a seed. Oh, I got so many things going on in my head. Isaac is not the seed per se. Historically, he was. Contextually he was, but there is another seed. When you look in Galatians 4, it said those that receive the promise is considered Isaac as well. Am I right? Can we agree with that, or do I have to go there? Let's go there. Yeah. In Galatians 4. Come on. Oh, this is good, y'all. When I can even taste honey in my lips, so I know it's good. Galatians 4. Galatians 4, I believe. Yep. Galatians 4. Well, you look at it, in 21, you find out the whole story, the contrast between Hagar, she represented one mountain, then Sarai, she represented one mountain. Then it talks about the Jerusalem that's of earthly, then there's a Jerusalem that's heaven, right? Then 27 says, for it is written, rejoice thou barren that beareth not, breaketh forth and cry, thou that travailest not, for the desolate has many more children than she which has a husband. Now we, brethren, come on now, as Isaac was our what? The children of the promise. We're who? The children of the promise. So he's saying, like as Isaac. So he's making a contrast between the two mountains, the two types of theology, and saying, if you are of the mother, or if you are of the heavenly Jerusalem, you have become a spiritual Isaac. That's why you have Ishmael in the church and Isaac in the church, right? You have one after the flesh and one after the spirit. So Isaac is after what? Spirit. Y'all all right? Let's go to Genesis 27. The Bible is full of pictures. Once you get an A on history, from that point on it becomes nothing but pictures. 22:17, real quick. Genesis 22:17. What they got to do with it? I'm going to show you, got a whole lot to do with it. So we already found out. I gave you a quick crash course. Parallel. Looked over in Galatians. Right? Look at this. That in blessing I will bless thee. This is after Abraham went to the mountain. And we get ready to offer up Isaac. Right? So he told him, hold on, don't kill your son. Don't kill your seed. That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the sea. And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. Now you can connect this too. I could have went to the 3rd chapter and talked about that seed. That seed wasn't Abraham. We thought most of the church is waiting on Abraham's seed. It ain't only just Abraham's seed, but it was what Abraham possessed and carried by faith that actually became the inheritor of the seed, which Jesus personified in his incarnation, right? He is the seed, right? But then there's a corporate seed, right? Which we became. Because we just read it and said, we're as Isaac was. Am I right? I ain't got to take you back that way. So as Isaac was is right here. He going to possess the gate of his enemies. What is that? Y'all heard? That's what he wants us to do. How do you possess the gates of your enemies? As a man thinketh, so is he. However, you can't possess the gates, because that word means yarash. It means to drive out the previous tenants. Yeah, we got frenemies. We want God and what we want. No. Somebody got to go. You ever heard the scripture say he will not share his glory with another? You know what that means? I'm only giving everything that belongs to Christ. I'm not giving it to Adam. I'm not giving it to the carnal mind. I'm not giving it to who you used to be. I'm not giving it to your past. I'm not giving it to your pain. I'm giving it to your purpose. I'm giving it to your future. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. That is what we gotta get to. So we can live justifiable in the kingdom. If you don't change your thinking, you're gonna keep reproducing the same fruit. We're unfruitful because we refuse to change our thinking. That's why he keeps saying, that's why I keep reiterating. For I know the thoughts I think towards you. The what? The thoughts of what? Good. What? Y'all tired of saying it? Give me Jeremiah 29:11 again. Say, I know the thoughts I think towards you. Thoughts of what? And not of what? Evil. To give you what? An expected end. That's what he wants to do. He wants to do what? Give you an expected end. An expected end. Right? I done took all the water out of it. I can't even say nothing else about it. Two times we just hung out right there for about 30 minutes. You gotta get it in your spirit though. There is an expected end he has for us. And that's what we need to be having on our scope. We need to press toward the mark. It wasn't by coincidence he said mark. That's an archer's term. He's basically saying, I'm getting so single in my purpose, because the word means scopos. It means to be able to behold a figure, an object. So we need to be through scriptures, we need to through teaching, through preaching. We shouldn't be gathering stuff. We should be single, focused, committed, dedicated, yielding. Those are scopos peoples. I just made that up. Sound good. That's what the word, it comes from the word scope. To be able to see beyond my limitations. That's what God wants to get us to, y'all. Tell your neighbor, that's where he wants us to go. That's where God wants us to go. We got to get it in our belly. He said, I know the thoughts I think towards you. And that word expecting in is a prophetic future. It's not no casual leaving you up to the circumstances, allowing you to become an author to your own story. No. I'm going to bring you to a place where you're going to have an expected end. Having a car, having a house, being married. That's not expected end. That is normal. Everybody, most of everybody, think on that level. So that's a common thing. That's a common salvation. There's a far more exceeding weight, eternal weight of glory that God has for us. To get in our places, to become useful for the things of God, so that we can be a channel and a conduit so he can flow through us.